Hi, and welcome to Three Questions with everybody. Travis with us from TE Insurance. Good morning, Travis. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So, Travis, I asked you to come on the show today because unfortunately, I'm going to relive a horrible experience. When I started my business, I had to pick health insurance for my wife and I. And naively, Travis, I'm like, can't be that hard. Wrong, wrong, wrong.
Right.
We spent weeks on it, trying to figure out, like most people, well, how much does it cost? Okay, I can respect that. I did it too. But now what are the risks of using it? Do you have a big, deductible, big copay? And we all just kind of start with the price and then realize that's only it's not a small piece, but it's only one piece of it. Can you help people understand all this so I don't sit there and just shake at the end like I was because I was so overwhelmed?
For sure. Yeah. My job is to basically interpret that for people. I always want to understand somebody's situation, their risk tolerance, what they have going on in their life currently. Do they have kids? Do they have an option through work? Do they have pre-existing conditions that need special care? Things like that. And my job is basically to show those people the different options that are out there, give them my recommendation. Now it's just going to be a recommendation. I never force anyone into a plan, and then just help facilitate that sign up process. And then I'm also there for anyone on the back end as a customer service as well. And so I tell everyone just to use me as a resource if they ever need. Just because I've been doing this for a long time now, I'm 7 years in the business and I know a lot of tricks to the trade. I have a lot of, different ways to get medications for this or for that, or, if a procedure needs to be done, sometimes there's ways we can get it cheaper if we go this way or that way type thing. So I'm very customer service orientated and I'm definitely there to help with all those kind of questions and guide through the process for sure.
My favorite Travis is my buddy Travis. He's really smart and he has this policy. So I got it too.
Yeah, right.
Travis is 30, you're 60, and you don't have any of the health issues. Travis doesn't have any of them that you have. You really just can't follow your buddy's advice because he's really smart, right? May not.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, and even to go beyond that, you might have different doctors, you might have, need a different network. There's things you're not going to think about. So just because a policy works really well for one person, it doesn't work the same for somebody else. A good example is the policy that I have for my own family would not work at all for my in-laws, and that's just because my mother-in-law has gone through some health issues, and she just needs a certain amount of care that maybe I don't need as a 33-year-old, whereas she's in her 60s, and that's something that she needs. And so it's definitely case by case, and you should always take a good hard look at a policy, especially just if your friend has recommended it, because there's a good chance they just don't know what they're talking about.
But one of the things you just brought up too is your needs change too. Where in my 40s, I got a pacemaker put in. So needs may have changed, but sometimes we get health insurance when we're young and healthy, and over time, have a business 30 years, and all of a sudden I'm going, that's not a great policy for anymore. I'm taking a lot of risk because I love my young friends because they're all Superman and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Brother, nothing's gonna happen to Travis, man. I'm bulletproof, brother. I'm like, I pray you're right, Travis. I pray you're right because you're my friend. I want you to be healthy, but what if you're not and you have that $10,000 hospital bill that you can't afford? So you got to, consider the risk too, and not just do that. Hey, I'm 33, I'm bulletproof, I'm going to be good, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I was there once, and then I got married and had kids, and realized that none of us are bulletproof. And it's definitely an important thing to always be taking a look at your policy. Does it still meet my needs? Especially every year, come around this time, November is open enrollment. There's always new plans that come out in the market. It's always a good idea just to take a quick look. I have all my clients, I tell them, shoot me a quick email, hey, what does my policy look like? What are my options? That kind of thing. And I do my best to look out there and send out emails as well, but I can only send out so many emails. People have to get back to me as well if they want to look at things. But there's always new options out there. Sometimes there's more affordable options. We actually have plans that over the past 3 years have actually gone down in price, which is a foreign concept.
Yeah.
And so not everyone knows about that. And so it's definitely good to always check in and just make sure that you're in the best spot possible.
But I guess we're all guilty of that, Travis. We know it's open enrollment. Like, oh, I should. Nah, nah. You just do that. Nah, I don't want to look, but it's silly and naive, and maybe even costing you money. Because what if, hey, this one wasn't there when we looked at it last time, Travis? This has all of what you need, and it's a couple $100 cheaper a month. That's a disservice to you and your family to not even consider it, right?
Yeah, 100%. I think that it's one of those things that nobody likes health insurance and nobody wants to go talk about it, but just 10-minute quick email. I'm pretty quick when I talk with people. I try to respect everyone's time. And so it doesn't take me long to look at a policy and, decide if it's the right fit or not, based on what I know anyway. And I'm always there to help and make sure that people are in the best spot. And so it's definitely worth the quick email or the quick phone call to save potentially thousands of dollars, because if I can lower your deductible by half, or maybe you qualify for a tax credit now because of some, write-offs, or my own situation, I qualified for a bigger tax credit because I had a baby and we added to our family. And so there's lots of different reasons and life changes. So it's always good to check in.
Well, that last thing, Travis, I see is a lot of people want to go with the name brand they recognize, whatever that may be. I've seen commercials for that company, so it must be good, but that's not always the best fit for you, right?
Correct. Yeah. And some of those companies, I won't name the specific one, but you go back a few years and there's one company that got hacked and thousands of dollars were taken out of people's accounts. And it was a big name. And most of the big names are pretty good, full disclosure. But there are some small ones that are also very good. Um, it's a matter of just looking at all of your options and weighing out the pros, the cons, what's good for your situation, and making an informed decision.
But that's really where you come in. Because even when we tried that, Travis, we had spreadsheets going or whatever, you're still like, just not 100% sure that I understand the risk. Or, like, okay, this one has a high hospitalization. Well, I probably won't go into hospital this year. And you're like, okay, but that is really a coin toss as you get older too. Like 40, all right, maybe I'm willing to take the risk of not going to hospital. You get to 60, I don't think you really want to, take that risk, especially if you have some issues and stuff. So that's where you really need you to sit down and say, okay, Cal, that makes sense, but understand these are the risks you're taking. That's kind of where
Mhm.
you come in, right?
Correct. Yeah. And we go over the numbers as well as to what makes the most sense. Like if you raise your premium a little bit, but now your hospitalization, deductible goes down 5 grand or something like that. So what makes the most sense? What are you the most comfortable with? How can we get the most bang for your buck out of a policy? We go over all that stuff for sure.
So, Travis, what's the best way for people to reach out to you? How can they learn more, bud?
So they can find me across social media, Facebook, I'm TE Insurance. Email, it's Travis at tehealthinsurance.com. My phone number, I'm happy to give that out as well to anyone that wants it. Texting, I'm as available as possible. My wife will tell you that my phone never leaves my side, so it's one of the things I never lose, and so I'm very available to anyone who might need, for sure.
Awesome. Travis, I appreciate you taking a few minutes to call on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Appreciate it, Kevin. You take care, buddy.
Yep.